Life finds a way. It's a phrase that seems almost cliché today. Yet in the span of Earth's history called the Precambrian, it was a revolutionary occurrence. Hello and welcome to Paleologic. Today we are going back to the dawn of life and looking at what happened during the Precambrian. Long before dinosaurs walked the Earth, long before forests stretched across continents, or birds soared in the skies, there was a world untouched, raw, and alive in its earliest form. This was the Precambrian, a time between roughly 3.2 billion and 540 million years ago. During this time, the face of Earth was ever-changing as the planet shook with explosive volcanic eruptions. Rivers of lava flowed over barren land, earthquakes split apart the crust, toxins filled the air, and the oceans were a churning mass of dissolved minerals, yet somehow life began. In the warm freshwater pools dotted across the landscape, microscopic gelatinous organisms began to emerge. Blobs of organic matter carrying out the essential functions of life. Carried by ocean currents, they drifted and merged, forming new and increasingly complex life forms. Some became primitive mollusks, others settled on the ocean floor, evolving into early plant-like structures. They absorbed energy from their surroundings, grew larger, and reproduced. Over time, some developed shells and other protective exteriors, marking one of life's most crucial evolutionary steps. And so, during the early stages of Earth's history, life found a way again and again and again. Taking on new shapes and gradually filling the niches of this dynamic environment, life during the Precambrian wasn't just about microscopic organisms and rudimentary shells. It was also about the quiet revolution, the transformation from simple cells to more complex multicellular organisms. Let's delve into this fascinating aspect of the Precambrian. It all started with the evolution of eukaryotic cells, cells with membrane-bound nuclei. These cells allowed for greater complexity, enabling organisms to differentiate into various tissues and organs. The shift from simple prokaryotic cells, which lack a nucleus, to eukaryotic cells marked a significant leap in the complexity of life. But how did this happen? Well, it's likely that the key event was the development of endosymbiosis. This process occurred when a larger cell engulfed a smaller cell. But instead of destroying it, they formed a mutually beneficial relationship. One notable example is the relationship between mitochondria and photosynthetic organisms. Mitochondria, the powerhouses of cells, are thought to have originated from bacteria that entered into a symbiotic relationship with early eukaryotic cells. Similarly, chloroplasts, the structures responsible for photosynthesis in plants, are believed to have originated from photosynthetic bacteria. The significance of endosymbiosis cannot be overstated. It allowed for a level of complexity that would have been impossible through simple cell division. This process paved the way for the evolution of multicellularity. Cells began to specialize, working together to form tissues, which in turn led to the development of organs and more complex body structures. One of the challenges in studying the evolution of multicellularity is that it left behind little physical evidence. Most of the evidence we have comes from changes in the genetic code. By comparing the genes of single-celled organisms and those of multicellular organisms, scientists can identify changes that occurred during this transition. One key change is the development of genes that regulate cell adhesion and communication. These genes allow cells to stick together and coordinate their activities, which is essential for multicellularity. Another challenge is that we have relatively few fossil records from this time period. The Precambrian is known as the time of small things, because most organisms were microscopic or had soft bodies, which rarely fossilized. However, there are a few fossils that provide insights into the evolution of multicellularity. For example, the fossil of a sponge-like organism called a gastroid provides evidence of early animal-like multicellularity. Gastros are considered some of the oldest known animals, dating back to around 600 million years ago. Their simple body structure consisted of a central cavity surrounded by layers of cells, representing an early step in the evolution of multicellularity. Studying fossils like gastropods helps us understand the progression from single-celled to multicellular organisms. It also provides clues about the environmental conditions of the time. For example, the presence of gastropods in both shallow coastal waters and deeper, colder waters suggests that early animals were adaptable and could thrive in a range of environments. By piecing together the genetic and fossil evidence, we can begin to reconstruct the sequence of events that led to the evolution of multicellularity, while much of this history remains shrouded in the mists of time. Each new discovery brings us closer to understanding this pivotal moment in Earth's history. Now let's get back to the Precambrian. The journey through the Precambrian is a testament to the tenacity and adaptability of life. From the earliest microscopic organisms to the first multicellular creatures, life found a way to not only survive, but to thrive in an ever-changing world. As we move towards the latter part of the Precambrian, the story takes a dramatic turn. Around 540 million years ago, the world witnessed a moment unlike any before or since, the Cambrian explosion. This period saw a sudden and massive diversification of life forms, with many of the major groups of animals appearing in the fossil record for the first time. But what triggered this explosion of life? The answer, like many things in science, is complex and not fully understood. Several factors are thought to have played a role, each contributing to this pivotal moment in Earth's history. One of the most significant factors was the increasing oxygen levels in the atmosphere. As photosynthetic organisms evolved and thrived, they released oxygen as a byproduct. This oxygen, initially poisonous to most life forms, gradually filled the atmosphere and paved the way for more complex and larger animals. With more oxygen available, the Earth's surface was no longer limited to small, simple creatures. Larger, more active animals could now flourish. Another crucial factor was the availability of hard materials such as calcium carbonate and silica. These materials provided the building blocks for shells, skeletons, and exoskeletons. The evolution of shells not only provided protection, but also allowed for greater mobility and the development of more complex body plans. With a rigid structure in place, animals could venture into new habitats and develop more advanced movement capabilities. Yet another factor was the development of vision and the ability to sense chemical signals in the water. These sensory abilities allowed animals to better navigate their environment, find food, and avoid predators. Vision, in particular, is thought to have played a crucial role in the Cambrian explosion, enabling animals to actively pursue their prey or to camouflage themselves from predators. Finally, ecological factors also contributed to the diversification of life. As animals evolved, they not only competed for resources, but also developed strategies to exploit new food sources and habitats. This ecological pressure drove the evolution of new adaptations, and ultimately led to the explosion of life we see in the fossil record. The Cambrian explosion was a pivotal moment in Earth's history. It marked the transition from a world dominated by microscopic life to one filled with larger, more complex animals. It laid the foundation for the ecosystems and food webs that would shape the planet for millions of years to come. And yet, despite its significance, much of the Cambrian explosion remains a mystery. The fossil record, while detailed, still has gaps, and the interplay of factors that triggered this explosion is still being debated. However, as we continue to explore the ancient past, we come closer to unraveling the secrets of this remarkable period and understanding how it shaped the world we live in today. For more information on the Cambrian explosion, check out our dedicated episode. The Precambrian is a vast canvas on which the artist of nature has painted the beginnings of life. From the simplest cells to the first multicellular organisms, from the harsh volcanic beginnings to the explosion of life in the Cambrian, this era is a testament to the incredible journey life has taken on Earth. It's a story that began billions of years ago and continues to unfold even today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your feedback in the comments below. Together, let's keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep discovering the wonders of our ancient past. Until next time, remember that the past is never really past. It's always a part of who we are and where we're going.